We're the Beeston Brothers.
Tears were shed.
We need to be more direct.
Why did I touch your food?
That's why you didn't fall off the cliff. What?
I punched your brains out. Would you guys ever switch wives?
Oh my God.
That was the coolest thing I've ever done. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Pleasant to see you.
Finally!
Finally!
Let's freaking go. This has been years in the making.
Years. This probably isn't going to go on our channel,
No.
but it's a step in the right direction.
That is actually true.
We're the Beeston Brothers.
We are the BEESTON Brothers.
We gotta freaking start our own channel.
Please let us know if you actually want us to start a channel or if that's just kind of like, a little too much. You're already doing the thing with your families.
Tell us if that's really stupid too.
I think it'd be pretty epic because you guys don't know a lot of stuff about Tanner and I.
Yeah.
Most of the time we kind of just lurk in the shadows of
Dude,
our
I was
wives.
gonna say lurk.
We're pretty lurky.
Like the Lurk brothers.
There's a lot of fun stuff about us and we never get the chance to tell you guys because our wives are way cooler, but we got some interesting stuff too.
And we'll probably just mostly be talking about them. But
Yeah.
we are currently on our way to Sun River Gardens, I think is what it's called. As you know, we just got a new place in Provo. There's a lot of yard work and machinery and all this stuff going on to get it all fixed up how we want it. And one of the guys drove a skid steer through our neighbor's yard on accident and ran over. We thought they were weeds, but it turns out weeds can also be strawberry plants or blackberries or Chinese flowers. And so he was not happy with me. I smoothed it over. We're good, you know, trying to start off that neighbor relationship strong. Gonna go buy her some flowers. I might even throw in an extra peony. She said those are her favorites.
Peonies. What the frick is a peony?
Peony? Peony.
Is that a flower?
Peony.
Well, we're currently driving in this new vehicle, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
This bad girl is a Tundra, and my brother just got it. And because he got it, now I have to get a cool truck.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, I do everything that he does.
Yeah.
So if he does it,
No.
yeah.
We do everything that we do.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
We do everything that we do. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the same.
Yeah.
This is
Longest intro ever.
this is my brother. My big brother.
Yes. This is my little brother.
Yeah.
He's bigger than me.
But we are running a marathon in 2 days.
Also, dude,
yeah.
yes. And we're ready.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
We just did our last run today. Little 2 mile, just like keep the legs loose.
Yeah.
And Saturday's the day.
3 months of training, pretty much. He's been a lot better at training than I have.
Yeah.
More consistent, but
Derek's had a lot going on. You had the foot thing, the back pain, the
sounds like a lot of excuses.
pregnancy. Did you announce that yet?
Yeah, that's announced.
Okay, pregnancy.
All that stuff. Yeah, we're stoked. I think it's gonna be cool. We've only ever ran 16 miles, but we're gonna send it. It's all mental, right?
It's all mental.
You don't have to really train.
David Goggins stuff.
That's right. All right, first question coming in hot.
Oh no.
We like to start
What
it off
is
spicy. Would you guys ever switch
Oh
wives?
my gosh, dude. Every time we do a Q&A, that's
What is
always
with
like,
people wanting us to
literally-
switch wives? No, guys, we're not the Utah mom talk. We don't do that.
Is that what it is? It's mom talk, and they're like, oh, they're in Utah, they're like Mormon.
They must like switch wives.
Must
and-
all switch wives.
No,
We
I guess
can still
in,
answer that,
in
like-
not, yeah, like in more of a like friend way. I think
Or
I'm
like
pretty.
a compatible way,
Yeah.
like if it would be compatible, like work.
Me and Lauren are very similar, and Tanner and Sarah are very similar. So maybe it wouldn't work because they're too similar.
Yeah.
And we like balance each other out.
So like in a work sense, because we both like are work partners with our wives. Derek is like more of like a driving force, like, hey Sarah, these are the things we need to do today. And Sarah's like kind of more like, I mean, she's awesome, but
Yeah.
she's like, all right, I'm done for the day. Like I
Yeah.
draw the line.
She knows when to be done.
Yeah, and like I'm just enjoying life now and I'm not working. And Derek's more like constantly thinking about it and like pushing for it. And I am Sarah in my and Lauren's relationship where I'm like, I draw the line at 4, like I'm done at 4.
They're
and
very good at
Lauren's
balance.
Like, but if we do this thing for content, like it could be really cool and like we can make this cool video and I think it would do really well, and I'm just kind of like tuned out.
Yeah.
And so me and Sarah maybe wouldn't be as productive.
Well, actually, you guys are both really good at cleaning the house. You guys would have a very clean house, and Lauren and I would be working all day, and our house would be disgusting. All right, this next one is who wants more kids? So Sarah has always said that she wants 5, but ever since we had Jack,
We're having a single child.
we're gonna have an only child. Well, I guess we're gonna have another one now. So
Yeah.
2 kids.
Wait, is she still on 5 though?
She lowered it down to 4, so I'm
Okay.
thinking each kid that we have, it'll lower 1 down.
So you'll meet at
Because
3.
we're realizing that our kids are, well, Jack is very, very high energy, and
Good energy, I'd say.
very good energy, but it's exhausting. And it's funny because she was so sent on having 5, and now she's like, I would love to have 4. I started out wanting to have 3, but I've kind of came up to 4 because she was at 5. So I think we'll have 4.
Nice. I was always 4 going into our marriage. Lauren was always 3, which is just funny because she's in a family of 3 kids. I'm in a family of 4. So like,
yeah,
not breaking the mold. And we have both our girls now, and I think we're both pretty much set on just having 1 more. So we'll probably just be 3. I mean, it's always up
3
in the
solid.
air because I just said that and it kind of sounded like definitive, you know, like
3.
we're done after this next one. Oh, that's scary. I don't know. Honestly, 3.
Yeah,
that's kind of where we're at.
3 solid.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is, which of the girls will call someone out on their wrong?
I think Sarah's pretty good. I mean, they're okay. So like me and Derek, we grew up in our family, and it's a lot of the conversation is a lot more passive. Like,
yeah, don't step on toes.
Yeah, like don't want to make anybody mad. Let's just like, you know, choose your battles kind of thing. Lauren's family and Sarah's family, both of them are very similar. Where it's like something happens, they immediately talk about it. Her brother says something weird, she's like, that was weird.
Yeah, they're like, that was dumb. Why
Mom
did you
does
say
something
that?
weird. Yeah, hey, I don't like that. Okay, yeah, they resolve it fast. You know?
Yeah.
Whereas we always like held stuff in.
They're like, I don't want to.
I would say they're pretty equal at it. Like, I know Lauren gets really nervous. Like, she still is like nervous about doing it. She's not just like calling everybody out 24/7.
I think they both will call people out on their wrong more if they get like, not really out of the blue, but more so if they get offended, or if they like directly someone does something to them, they'll call them out on it.
Yeah.
But they're not like people that just want to like say bad things about other people, you know?
No, both of them are like just amazing friends. Like, I would even sitting back and, you know, sometimes you see things happen in a friend group and you're like, oh man, that would kind of bug me. And both of them are just like good at letting it slide. Yeah. And just like, they're awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we're trying to learn from them because they're both really good at
they're good at calling people out, but they're also good at like being really good friends.
It's funny because they have so many differences, but they also have a ton of similarities.
Yeah.
They're very different people, but like when it comes to that, I would say they're pretty much the same. Yeah. We even get the same water bottles.
We don't mess around.
He got the smart water and I was like, I'll get a smart water. All right, so this one is between Lauren and Sarah, who got in the most trouble as a child? Based on what I know about Sarah's childhood, her parents were pretty strict. And so, okay, so there's 2 things that kind of happened because of that. One, she like wasn't allowed to go out and do very many things. Her parents didn't want her hanging out with boys. She couldn't have a phone till she was 16, couldn't hang out with boys anywhere till she was 16. And so it almost made her a little more rebellious. This was in her teenage years. And so there was a lot more like sneaking out, a lot more kind of just rebelling against her parents. And as a kid though, she was really sweet. she was really sweet.
I would say the same thing. Like, Lauren always talks about like she was like made sure to like respect her elders as like a kid, you know, like it was like very good mannered, never really gotten in a lot of trouble. And then same thing kind of like in high school. I mean, she didn't really get in a lot of trouble in high school either. She was a pretty good kid. I don't think she got in trouble a lot.
They were both good. I would say maybe Sarah got in more trouble. Maybe just like, I don't know. She did get grounded a lot.
Yeah, Lauren never.
Lauren didn't get grounded, but that was just different.
But Lauren just has a different
parenting
Lauren's mom
style.
doesn't ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
especially her.
Yeah, I feel like they were both doing very, very similar things in high school, just different consequences because of their parents.
Yeah.
But
anyways, we have retrieved the goods.
How many plants is this?
I don't know, but I didn't realize plants were so expensive.
I know nothing about plants.
I was like, yeah, Brianna, where'd she go? She just helped us pick everything out. We have no idea what we're doing here. But we've got plants. We got blackberries, strawberries. We got some other stuff. Couldn't find a couple things, so hopefully she's okay with that. But that's pretty good. That's all. Her plants were definitely not this big, so we're putting her ahead.
All right, so we've been answering a lot of these questions and kind of just doing the ones that talked about our wives. But as we were going through them, we realized a lot of these are about us. And I think a lot of people just are curious because, again, like we don't talk as much about us. It's more about like our family or our wives. But yeah, we're like 2 years apart. We grew up together. Gonna answer some more questions about both of us, like as brothers, and then some more about our wives. But we just thought like, hey, that'd be fun. Like, let's start answering questions about each other and about our relationship, because a lot of people don't know that. Anyways, one of the questions was, what was your favorite memory growing up? So I found one in this back part of my brain. It's actually pretty dope. I was always a lot younger. Most of my life I was younger than him.
Almost all of it.
For most of it. Okay, so 2 years younger, we we're always kind of like in different phases, like close, but not close enough to where we did things like the same. He was always in like the higher league than me in sports, or he would be in middle school and I would be in elementary school. And then when I finally got to middle school, he was in high school kind of type thing. But there was one point when we were both playing baseball. We grew up in Arizona before we moved to Utah. And two things actually here. So first one was, so he played in the major leagues, and then I was in like the little league, the one below that, AAA or whatever. So baseball was really big in Arizona. Yeah, 12 and 10. And like halfway through the season, they'll like pull you up to play in the major leagues. And one of the coaches was like, hey, we want to pull you up and play. And it was my very first time playing against him. So he was on another team and our dad was coaching him.
Yeah.
And I was on this other team. I think I was on the Dodgers and you were on the Diamondbacks. Wasn't that? I'm pretty sure that was it.
Yeah.
And I just remember like thinking it was the coolest thing in the world because he was pitching and I took my first bat in the major leagues. And I hit a pop fly and got out at center field, but I was like, that was the coolest thing I've ever done.
Dude, that
was playing
so
against
sick.
him. And then the next season we played on the same team,
Yes.
which was really cool.
Yeah.
And that was like still to this day one of the highlights.
Yeah. That's so freaking
Good times, baseball.
Baseball. Dude, I can't think of like a super like, because there's a lot.
How about the time when I punched your brains out? And he had stitches in his head and I punched it.
Yeah, I've told that.
No. Maybe that
One time I got staples in my head, and right after I got them taken out, Eric punched where the staples were because he got mad at me.
Yeah.
Dude, another time you threw a marble at my head in my room, a freaking marble, and it
Dude.
nailed me. And
Whoa.
I picked up this like 4-foot tall crayon piggy bank. It was a piggy bank shaped like a crayon. It was like 4 feet tall and it was like filled with change. And I just it was probably like 30 pounds, and I was just like a little kid, and I just picked it up and chucked it down the hallway at your back. I think I missed.
Dude, I remember that. I don't remember if they hit me or not, but I just remember being so pissed off.
Dude, honestly, not even like joking. Some of the memories that are like funniest now are those ones that are like.
Well, there was just a lot of like, I hated being punched or like, like even if he like touched me, it made me so mad, and he just wanted to always just like wrestle or just like fight me, and I never would. And then he would do something that would make me so mad, and I would just go like nuts on him, and he would beat the crap out of me. Looking back on it now, I'm like, that's really funny, but in the moment I was just like, I hate you.
I hate you.
It was pretty funny. There was a lot of stuff like that.
I just have a ton of memories. So like, I was the older brother with sports and stuff. We were in like different leagues, and I never got to like play with him that often, except for like that one game.
Yeah.
And that season that we were on the same team.
Yeah.
It was always just like slightly separated because like I went to high school and you weren't in high school quite yet. My highlight memories of Derek are basically like being on my mission. This is weird because I wasn't even there, but like being on my mission and then just like hearing like through email all the stories about Derek playing sports.
Oh.
And like it was the highlight of my week was to just be like, dude, my brother's like killing it. Dude, and like funny. because I never killed it.
That is false.
Like in sports I was like I was like average.
You killed it more than I never made it to any playoffs. You did. So
but it was like it was just like story after story, like like Derek's like the starting quarterback, this was the highlight of the game, or like Derek had a basketball game, he had this many points, and I was just like proud to be his brother, you know. And that's how it like still is. Like we go skate or surf and Derek's just ripping, and I'm just like sitting there like, dude, that's my brother, dude. I know if I sat down I could think back, I could get more specific memories, but like that compilation is my favorite like feeling.
Yeah.
It's like so
that's funny because if we do something together, I always feel that like if I'm with someone else, I don't feel like I have to like show off or like do something cool. But anytime I'm with him, I'm like, I gotta do something cool because he thinks it's cool if I do something cool, and it makes me feel
you always do
epic.
Like every time we're surfing and Derek just will send it on the biggest waves, and I'm like, dude, my brother, dude. I'm like, yeah,
you're made.
Yeah, you're made.
That's right. That's awesome, because I was always like pretty bummed when he was gone, because he went on that mission after high school and never got to like watch or anything. And I always got to watch him growing up, which was like also another core memory, because I got to like go to the games, and he was like on the high school team, and I'm just not even there yet. So it was really cool. I just remember being like, dang, I wish he was here. So that's really cool to hear that it still made you stoked.
Yeah.
Nice. This one's a pretty normal question, but I just think it's really funny because it's one of actually the funniest memories I have. Did you guys share a room growing up? We did share a room, and I was on the bottom bunk, and we had this bunk bed system where it wasn't like paralleling each other, but it was perpendicular. So my bed came out and his was going over it like that. And I just have like these very vague memories, but he would sleep jump off his bed. He'd sleep jump, then like climb back up to his bed and then jump off again, and he was asleep, or that's at least what my mom told me. And also
you just like slept through it, dude.
I just sleep through it, but I also have like a memory of it happening. I just can't.
I mean, I don't remember. I was asleep.
I think I just remember you landing on my bed.
Literally jumping off like a 5-foot bunk bed and landing like Spider-Man on the ground, and just going up and doing it over and over in my sleep. That's bizarre.
That is bizarre. And
if my kids do that, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Be like, what is? You're possessed.
It's like some Stranger Things.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Mom just thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
But also, because we shared rooms, I don't know if this happens to other brothers that grew up sharing rooms. I feel like most people will get excited when they split apart and go to their other room, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But then like any chance I could get, I would go sleep in his room.
Yeah.
And even when he left and was gone for those 2 years, I would still go sleep in his room on the pull-out bed below his bed. So I had 2 beds I could go sleep from, but I just wanted to sleep on the pull-out. So sharing a room was a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, so this one is, what would you guys do if you weren't doing social media? Because we're obviously like doing social media full time, but it wasn't always that way. We didn't really start off doing that.
Right. It was never part of the grand plan.
No. And it's funny too, because we were like, when we started doing social media, it was very much like behind the scenes, because our wives were so like active on it.
They posted the pictures, we like hardly posted to our accounts or whatever.
Took the pictures.
And we took the pictures. And it was kind of like, oh, dude, I can't go surf right now. I gotta go take my wife's pictures, but then I'll be there right after. It was like very like not part of it.
Yeah.
And then as it like turned into a thing, obviously we became more supportive, but like in the early stages, I remember.
Oh, totally. No, I didn't ever think that would be a thing.
Yeah.
I originally, well, actually, ever since I had that accident when I was younger, I fell off that cliff and I was in the hospital for a while. I was like, I'm gonna be a doctor. I just decided in the hospital then, and it never swayed. I was like, I'm gonna be a doctor all the way up until 2 years into college, and then I switched, moved out to Hawaii, went to school there, and did business. But if I wasn't doing social media, I mean, the doctor thing stopped before that, so I probably would be trying to do some form of entrepreneurship. I really thought it was cool seeing people start something and just sell like a cool product. But I don't know, I also thought maybe I'd get into like finance and do some finance job. I think it's hard to tell what I would want to do, because I'm still like figuring that out. I'm like, well, I never really decided what I wanted to do. This kind of just happened. Yeah.
When I was in high school, I kind of got way sick of people asking me what I was going to do when I grew up. And all I took in school was like art classes. Like I went to college and I took like 6 different art classes, like drawing classes.
I got art.
And everybody was like, oh, so you like want to be an artist? And I was like, oh no, I just like saw that this was a class that was offered, and I was like, oh, you can do this in college? Like just draw. And then everybody was like, don't do art, you won't get paid. And so I was like, okay, so I guess that's out of the picture. The thing that I thought would be the coolest, which I never pursued, was I always wanted to be like an engineer, like I don't even know the name of it, but like basically I love outdoor sports, skiing and surfing and like whatever, you know, like I grew up playing baseball and stuff, and I wanted to be the engineer that would like design the skis, you know. So I would work for like some cool ski brand, and I would like help fine tune the skis and come up with new materials and new shapes and stuff like that. And I still think that would be like, in an alternate life, that would
really
be sick. Yeah. Then I transitioned to marketing. That's what I did in school, because I just that came really naturally, like trying to make stuff look cool. Yeah,
which is basically like,
which is kind of the same
what we're
idea,
doing now,
but
just on a different level.
Yeah, so I guess I kind of am still doing that, but yeah, I guess it'd be one of those 2 things. But then, I don't know, same as Derek, like when I got into school, when I started college, I like every day I would come home and I would try to write down 10 to 15 business ideas. Yeah. Like the entrepreneur, like coming up with a product, and that goes hand in hand with the other things that I liked doing. So.
Well, and you did do a lot of that, like with the hotel limit.
I started a couple of little things. Yeah.
That was sick.
But yeah, I do anything that I did, I would have to work for myself. So I guess the engineer thing would probably be out of it. But
yeah.
I'd like to be in charge of a team
Yeah.
that like did that. But at this point, I don't think I can ever work for somebody.
Yeah.
Unless something drastic happens that I have to.
Totally. And the sick part about doing what we're doing now is that it's like we still get to do entrepreneurial stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
this is all kind of just like starting your own thing and figuring out what works and other, you know, products that people might want to buy or whatever, things like that.
All right, what's up?
What's up?
We changed. We filmed that video and it turned out being 40 minutes long, so we're breaking it up. This is the end of part 1. We filmed that before the marathon. But hey Jesus.
Hey Jesus, it's Sunday, it's Father's Day.
Give us some slack. First time, we're first timers pretty much with this channel.
Yeah, like we're just trying our best, right?
Just trying our best here, a couple
If
brothers.
you didn't see our stories, we're starting off this YouTube channel, but we're like, do we really want to start it with 40-minute video? So we're thinking we'll do part 1, and then we're just gonna go to part 2.
Yeah.
Lots of fun questions.
Yeah. So it'll be a continuation of this last video. Thanks for chiming in. Subscribe if you haven't. I think right now we're at like 600.
Did we have 600?
Yeah. Halfway to 1,000. More than halfway.
We're gonna need to do something fun too for new subscribers because we're stoked on this channel and we are excited for anyone that's coming over here to watch our videos. So we'll do something. Please,
in the comments, please put what you want to see from us. We have a good idea of what we want this channel to be, but we'd also love to hear
wrestling.
Wrestling.
Brothers wrestling video.
Every week we just wrestle.
Dude, that'd be pretty good. Honestly, we're down for anything.
We're down for whatever.
Like, anything.
Anything. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next vid.
Bye.
Bye.